We are learning through the process of mind training that we have two thought systems within our psyche. The first thought system that speaks loud and first is ego, but the second thought system is whole and complete, and it is given the name the Holy Spirit. This is A Course in Miracles in 4 sentences. Are you ready? Let's dive in. Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome to my channel. I have been a spiritual therapist for the last 15 years. My name is Britney Shawley, and this is my Miracles of Mind ministry. In this space, we learn how it is that we can transform our thinking from pain to joy and from fear to love through the application of A Course in Miracles. I'm so grateful that you've joined us today. Be sure to stay until the end of the video because in today's teaching, I'm not only going to be telling you what A Course in Miracles is, but we will be breaking down every single sentence so that it is made most practical and applicable to you in your life so that starting today, you can start to experience the joy and the positive benefits of trust in your inner guidance system from today onward. I think that what I'm going to do is I'm going to start by reading the paragraph of these 4 sentences. But I want you to not try to think about it or even understand it just yet. I want you to allow it to just be received by your heart and mind. I want you to just listen and allow it to land on your heart. So if you are so inspired, feel free to close your eyes, get comfortable, get relaxed, and just allow yourself to listen to this. Okay. And then we can break it down step by step together. A Course in Miracles is a spiritual and psychological mind training course with universal application and potentiality. It empowers anyone who chooses to study it to find peace in their hearts and minds through corrective forgiveness. The course provides a toolkit for undoing past thoughts and pains, allowing us to rest in the present to experience our true nature as well as our shared joy and purpose. This experience reconnects us with the love that we are and that created us, empowering us to love our brothers and sisters and to extend love and miracles through prayer and guided action in a more consistent, natural, and transformative way throughout the world. How was that? Did you feel the presence and the power of these beautiful words? I sure do. But what does it all mean? Like we can say all this stuff, but how is it that we can apply this to our lives? All right, this is where we break it down. So let's just start with the first sentence. A Course in Miracles is a spiritual and psychological mind training course with universal application and potentiality. The reason why this is first a spiritual mind training course is because it deals in the realms of the spirit. We are learning through the process of mind training that we have two thought systems within our psyche. The first thought system that speaks loud and first is ego, but the second thought system is whole and complete, and it is given the name the Holy Spirit in the A Course in Miracles, or you can call it the corrector of perception, your inner teacher, the indwelling thought adjuster, whatever you want to call it, what resonates with you works. But this Holy Spirit, we are learning to come in contact with, so it becomes the predominant mind with which we look on the world and look on ourselves and look on all that is unfolding here. So it is spiritual in nature because we're training our minds to get out of the limited ego and ascend to the higher consciousness of the Holy Spirit, which then gives you a spiritual perspective to look on yourself in the world through an inner vision, spiritual eye instead of physical eyes. Okay, so it's a total transformation in how we see. So we can see physically, instead of seeing physically, we can see things through a spiritual lens. And so it's a psychological mind training course, obviously, because it's dealing with our own psychology. So through the spirit, we learn how to sift and sort our thinking between what is true, which is Holy Spirit, and which is untrue, which is ego, or which is love, which is Holy Spirit, or with fear, which is ego. And we start to discern between the two inside of ourselves so that ultimately we can decide for the whole mind, the one mind, and the thoughts that come from love and only love. Okay, so it's a psychological mind training tool because we're literally sifting and sorting between truth and illusion in our own minds. And then it is universal in application, meaning that anyone, anywhere around the world despite what religion you believe in, what faith you have, where you grew up, the A Course in Miracles is for you. It is a universal curriculum. We are told in the A Course in Miracles that it is a required course, but only the time you take it is voluntary. And so, whenever you are willing and ready to have more peace and joy and purpose in your life so that you can end suffering and end the pain of the past, that's when people generally come to A Course in Miracles. And so it is for anyone and everyone who is willing to study it. Okay, so it's universal in application and it can be applied to all problems around the world. There is no order of difficulty in miracles, we are told. And so there's no order of difficulty in problems. So it's universal in application. And then the last word there is potentiality, universal potentiality, meaning it's not just to help transform you, it's to help transform you, your relationships, and our world and even galaxies. Okay, this is transformation for all. It leaves no one and nothing out. So even in this first sentence, whoa, A Course in Miracles is a powerful tool. But my friends, we're here to take the big ideas and simplify them a little bit more. So let's keep going. We're leaning into the second sentence now that says, to it, A Course in Miracles empowers anyone who chooses to study it to find peace in their hearts and minds through the corrective forgiveness. So that's what I just said in the sense that it empowers anyone who chooses to study it. So if you choose to study it, it's going to empower you. And it'll empower you to turn within to find the peace in your heart. And you do so by clearing the blocks to the awareness of love's presence. And the way we clear the blocks to the awareness of love's presence is through forgiveness. But forgiveness isn't just like looking on your mistakes and not judging. Forgiveness is looking on your mistakes, not judging, and then offering it to the spirit for correction. It is a corrective process. It's not forgive and forget, it's forgive and correct. So we are correcting through the inner guidance system of the spirit to remove the blocks, which is the fear and the ego, so that the love that is eternal and changeless and real remains. And that's the point. We want the love to remain and us to return to the love that never left. And we can do so through corrective forgiveness. And as forgiveness cleanses, too, peace is natural, love is natural, because that's as we were created to be. And so this leans into the third one. Okay. The third sentence in this short paragraph is the course offers a profound toolkit for releasing past thoughts and pains, guiding us to rest in the present moment where we can fully experience our true nature, shared joy, and divine purpose. So I'm going to go backwards to the front in this one. The goal of A Course in Miracles is peace, and we attain peace through experience. This is not an intellectual pursuit. It's an experiential, transformational toolkit. Okay, so it is through experience that we will come to know our true nature. It is through experience we will come to know our shared joy with our brothers and sisters and our shared purpose with our brothers and sisters. But it happens through experience. So a lot of the time we have to meet ourselves where we are. And a lot of us where we're at are feeling doubt, feeling struggle, feeling overwhelmed. They're suffering in some degree. They're feeling pain to some degree, fear to some degree. Okay. And so it's completely normal and natural being in this world to feel that way. There's nothing wrong with you or with any of us. We just need tools, a toolkit to train our mind to undo fear and pain and return to love in the present. Okay. So it's about meeting yourself where you are and realizing that we have tools to support you where you are. So the toolkit of the course includes three things. The first is the textbook of A Course in Miracles, which is basically like the theology of the course. But the A Course in Miracles is very clear to reinterpret every single word. A lot of the words that are contained within A Course in Miracles come from Christianity, a very popular world religion that we know of today. But a lot of those words and teachings that are found in religion are being reinterpreted through A Course in Miracles and reinterpreted through the eyes of love so that it actually makes sense to us individually and collectively in in the context of the universal plan, the universal will being goodness for all, goodness for you, goodness for me, peace for you, peace for me, joy for you, joy for me. That is the will of our creator. In A Course in Miracles, we are told that God's will for me, for you is perfect happiness, which means there must be an answer. There must be a path and a way to reach that happiness. And in my humble opinion, A Course in Miracles is that path. So it starts with reinterpreting what we thought we knew and actually allowing us to relearn what truth actually is. And then the second part of that toolkit is where we start to experience what truth actually is and what we actually are. And we do that through the lessons of A Course in Miracles. So the workbook lessons for students is the second part of this toolkit that offers us one lesson to apply to our thinking every single day for 365 days. Okay, so it really tells us exactly what to do every single day in order to train our mind and change our mind to be at peace. So all we need to do is look to the course itself. What does it say? What does it tell me to do? And do that. It's actually quite simple when you think of that in that perspective. Nothing's kept from you, nothing's hidden from you. It's all there in the pages of the book. So it's one lesson for 365 days. And then the last part about this toolkit is the teacher's manual. Because ultimately, when we cleanse out our mind and we return to love and peace, we naturally extend that love and peace around the world and we become teachers through demonstration. We literally become what the Course in Miracles calls as demonstrations of love and light on this planet, right? We become the demonstration of another way, of a better way. And we naturally start to teach others when they ask us for help and for understanding and to know what we did to be happier and healthier and freer. And so becoming a teacher and giving what we've received becomes natural effect after going through the workbook and the textbook. So there's the teacher's manual. Okay. We're expected to give what we've received so we can receive it even more. And so this is it. This is the foundational teachings. But the final sentence here is going to wrap it all together in a beautiful bow. And then we will conclude this for us. Okay. And just keep going down the path. So the fourth sentence here says, this experience that you have after applying the workbook lessons to your thinking, remember, it leads you to an experience of what you are, what your joy is, what your divine purpose is. And so the last sentence says, this experience that you have reconnects us with the love that we are and that created us, empowering us to love our brothers and sisters and to extend love and miracles through prayer and guided action in a more consistent, natural, and transformative way throughout the world. And so this is the final concluding paragraph because it's reminding us that A Course in Miracles corrects our thinking and then it extends the love that we are. So it's a two-part thing. It doesn't just change our mind, although it does, but it changes our mind so we are free to give. So we are free to bless. So we are free to help. So we are free to serve. That is why the fundamental teaching of Jesus in the Bible was to love your neighbor as yourself and love your enemy. Same thing with A Course in Miracles. The main message and teaching in A Course in Miracles is to love your neighbor as yourself. That is actually considered a miracle in A Course in Miracles, to love your neighbor as yourself. Because our default here is fear. Our default here is to separate and pull away and to hate and to judge and to blame and project. So when we learn how to love and only love, that's divine. That is coming from a power that is greater than ourselves. And so learning how to love another and learning how to love those who have harmed us or hurt us or are scary to us in some way is like the greatest feat. But you guys, we have a toolkit. We have an inner guidance system. We have a support system. We have a teaching aid to help us to take these steps that we need to take to cleanse our mind, to have an experience, to be able to give love and only love to the world. Okay, so this is what A Course in Miracles is. It changes our mind so we can ultimately extend love through us and bless the world with miracles. And it happens naturally to us and through us when we're willing to do the work. Ah, so, how does that sound, my friends? Does that land on your heart? Does this resonate with you at all? Does this help you to have a deeper understanding, maybe feel more inspired to share this with others? If so, let me know below. Just say yes, drop it in the comments. And my friends, if you want to stay connected with me, the first thing you can do is subscribe. I put out new videos every single week, sometimes multiple times a week, and I want to be able to offer as much to you as possible and that you don't miss a thing. So definitely subscribe. And if you want more support on this, what I have done for you is I've taken these 4 sentences and I have created a PDF infographic for you. And it is down below in the caption, and you can download it for free so that you can put it up on your wall. You can put it in your car. You can use it as a bookmark in your A Course in Miracles. You can put on a sticky note in the kitchen that you see every day. But let it be a reminder for you of what A Course in Miracles is and what you're doing this for. That you're not only doing it to heal your mind and be at peace, but you're doing this to help others so that they can be at peace along with you. So you matter. Like you are worthy and you have everything you need to help you to learn the lessons that you need to learn to be the best self that you can be. So don't forget to download that below. It is another added gift for you, my friends. And The last thing that I want to say is if you want to take this teaching to the next level and maybe take it a little bit deeper so it's even more practical and applicable to you, then watch this video. I'm going to link a video above. This is the one that I think that you should check out. It should definitely help you and bring you to the next level. And my friends, with that being said, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for learning what A Course in Miracles is. And thank you for having the willingness on your heart to share it with those that may benefit from it too. So, peace, my friends. I look forward to seeing you in the next video.